Hello, 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 everyone. Give me a second to get all the alerts and messages out there with the link. All right, and switching over. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another and possibly our final episode of Harvestella Host Club. We weren't sure if I was going to be here this weekend, but I absolutely am. I definitely won't be here next weekend unless something drastic happens. And I probably won't be here the weekend after that. So we'll look at probably 3 weeks till our next stream. Definitely follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, etc. to find out, when my next home time will be. In the meantime, as you can see, we still have several characters that we need to do character quests for. So let's knock them out and get as much that as we care about. We're probably not going to finish Dianthus or the Unicorn today because, let's be honest, we don't care about either of them. Um, like we'll progress them, but they are so far behind on everyone else's. And we're not going to try and rush them to be like, okay, now we got to sleep. Now we got to sleep again just to get theirs, you know. But we'll get done what we can. Hopefully, our audio's looking good. It looks good on my end, but, no one is in chat yet, so I don't know yet what you guys think. In the meantime, oh, we forgot these over here. Take care of all our farm stuff that we forgot to do last time. And get rolling with everything else. So, I'm looking forward to being done with this game. It's been out like as of today, this game has been out for officially full on 4 months. It came out November 4th, and today's March 4th. So it has been a long journey. We are on our 22nd episode, I believe it is. So let's get going with this. Looking forward to playing something else. We'll do depending on what people say. If we'll probably have Autumn show up. She's our most regular stream viewer for while it's live. But if you guys you're one of the people who watches after the fact, put it in the comments below. Obviously, let me know. Do you want to see another episode of this? Do you want to see us 100% this game, or are you ready to say, you know what, screw it? Just alternate between Portia and Sandrock, or just do Portia, or, alternate between Portia and Rim Factory. You know, let me know what you guys want to see. There's other games out there. There's, what's it called? Fantasy Life, I want to say, which is coming to the Switch later this year. There was an older version on, it was either the DS or the 3DS, I forget which. Where the heck is Aria? I thought she was going to be in here. Let's take a look. Where did she go? Oh, she's in Shatola. Okay, well, that's going to help out because that's going to take care of 3 characters all in one place. So, let's go to the entrance from here. We'll finish up Acel's because he's the last one in Nemiya. And then we'll do the 3 down in Shatola. One of them will be Emo. It'll be her 9th one, so it won't be her last one. But the other 2, this will be their last one as well. So we'll be finishing up a lot of characters on this in-game day. We've already finished up everything in Argene, or Argene, or however the heck you want to say it, since they don't give us any clue on it. Oh, is he not in here? Where the heck is he? I was thinking he would be at his house. Let's see where we can find him. He's in town somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Second floor. Okay. Upstairs. Whoops. Hadn't yet hit that point where it has the invisible wall. Hey, so I heard what you did. They say you saved the town from all those monsters that kept appearing. It's nice feeling safe enough to set foot outside my front door again. I knew we could count on you. Nothing makes me happier than knowing the townsfolk feel safe. Yeesh, loosen up a little and accept the compliment, will ya? You're allowed to revel in the moment. Ah, hurry. I'm sorry, but I've got an appointment to keep with my friend. No worries, I'll see you next time you're doing your rounds. If you're ever in need of an ear, you know you can come to me, eh? Thank you for waiting, Haruhi. Everyone looks pretty happy. That they are. All the drama seems to finally be dying down around here. Ah, I almost forgot. Since you came all this way, why don't we head up to the observation deck? Not because I don't want anyone listening in on our conversation. I just really like the view. Yeah, I don't know if Autumn will be here today since we were unsure if I was going to be here today. And she's probably really, obsessed playing her Animal Crossing already. I got a letter from Otella the other day. She said she was heading towards the sea, although she seems happy just traveling around without a destination. She sounds well. Yeah, I couldn't help breathing a sigh of relief when I read it. But she's walking her own path now. Which means it's about time I did too. I've been worried all this time about whether I have the strength to protect this world that Tiela loved so much, like I promised. What Otella said was right on the mark. I wanted strength. Immense power, strong enough to protect everything we hold dear. I always thought I wasn't strong enough to do it. Do you still feel that way now? I do. My way of thinking hasn't changed at all. But I noticed something. I can save the world around me, but the extent of my reach is still so small. But I can extend that range over time. I figured it out during all of that back and forth with Otella. If that's what I focus on, then I can increase the amount I can protect, bit by bit. I think that's what it will take to keep my promise to Tiela. To save the world just like you do, Haruhi. First, you focus on what you can do. Even if I can only do one thing at a time by myself, I still won't give up trying. I will do what I can to protect as much of this world as possible. Ah, my ear itches. Yeah. It's the same side like my microphone's on too. I don't have the really nice microphone in front of me set up, I just have the headset. It is what it is. Right. For now, I'm going to keep working with the Argus Brigade to look after this town. I thought you were part of the Royal Guard now. Are you, actively at Walmart now, Autumn? Hi, also. I thought you were going to have it Monday. Did it get delayed again and again? I have so many memories I've made with all the different people here after all. Haruhi, it took a lot of different experiences to get me where I am now. How lovely. Which is why I think each one of them has meaning. If it never came to, like, did they, like, are you guys getting it refunded? What's going on with that then? Meeting Tiela, and then meeting Otella. Not to mention you and Estina. Oh, okay, so you're getting it Tuesday. Parting with Tiela, and the promise I made to her. Yeah, one of the issues that a lot of people have with Animal Crossing is that just kind of once you've gotten past like the 3 stars on the island and got the credits and all that, it's like there's nothing left to do. It's just, hey, do whatever you want. You know, what's your post game for that? It's one of the same things that this game has. A lot of games have that where they have a you can play all you want in the post game, but there's not like a dedicated post game. So that's kind of why I stepped away from it. I actually started playing it after last week's session and ran into one of my villagers, and they said I'd been gone for 2 years and 1 month. That's how long they'd been since I'd last played it. Parting with Tiela, and the promise I made to her. I accept who I am for what I am, and one day I'll bloom just as brilliantly as this cherry blossom tree. That'd be cool, playing the game together with your mom. You can each have your own islands, and then you can share stuff, so maybe you'll have different fruits. Um, Make it a lot easier to get at least some alternate fruits, other than, once you get later and get to the mysterious islands and all that, with the Nook tickets and all that. I might do a video if I have the time, probably Monday, that I can put up for like next weekend, since I will not be here next weekend unless something drastic happens. There's meaning behind everything I've been through to get to this point. I hope you'll keep fighting alongside me until that day comes. Hazel's done. Hey! Yeah, Walmart can be cheaper a lot of times. Not always. Um, and it's also like where you're getting it. Like Walmart.com, I can find stuff that only that's like $17, but if I go into a physical store, it's like 40 or 50. I have never done Uncrustables, so I don't know. I mean, the ham and cheese, is that like, is it like a hot pocket? Like you heat it up, or is it like the PB&J ones where you just like you take it and it's cold and you just eat it like a ham and cheese sandwich? Do, 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 do.
See you later.
Do, 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 do. Go to the beach. Yeah, so it ends up being just like like the sandwich. It's not like you reheat it. I mean, like, I know, like, we've got a roommate who likes the PB&J one, so that's how he does it. Was just thaw it and PB&J it. But hello, Arya. I've always liked the view from here, from the first time I came. I was wondering why, and maybe it's because there's something nostalgic about looking out over a beautiful sea. Thanks for coming. I wanted to talk to you again about that theory. Do you have a new theory? I'm afraid not. I've decided to suspend my study into who I am for a while. I'm satisfied with the theory I came up with last time. I mean, the one that we have proof to back up in the case of me being a mind in a dead body? Yeah, okay. Although in science, if you make a hypothesis, you have to back it up with proof. So you're gonna babysit on Tuesday and be playing Animal Crossing, getting your Animal Crossing? Or are you saying you got to babysit this past Tuesday? Although in science, if you make a hypothesis, you have to back it up with proof. Again, I am your proof. You'd need to aggregate too many theories to get to that point, though. Today's science is not even close to ready for such a task. I haven't given up, though. Just to make it clear, when I say science is not ready, I mean it in a positive way. Okay, let's hear that explanation. Until now, I've been frantically trying to find answers to things that science couldn't explain. I've never had a very positive view of the unknown. It usually makes me feel anxious. And I was quick to label anything unexplained as supernatural. But since I've been living in Regaia, I've come to realize that the universe is infinitely larger than we're aware of. So there's still room to grow. That's a nice way of putting it. I used to think the world was a cold place. Oh, we have a place that's perpetually in winter. Because scientific conclusions are so solid, so cold, and inflexible. Well, you're babysitting, you're getting your game. It's going to be a day. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, Amazon is problematic at times. I mean, the entire driving industry is problematic at times. It's. I'm well aware that I'm going back into an industry that is not going to take good care of its drivers. Is problematic. It's not as bad for me as an over-the-road driver as it is for something like the local delivery drivers for like Amazon and stuff like that. Those guys are nuts. They're like, oh, you got 6 minutes to make your entire delivery. No questions asked. Boom. It's like these are the guys that don't have time to stop and pee, and they have to pee in bottles. And it's the same with their warehouses and all that. Amazon has some really bad practices at all stages of their delivery process. So the fact that stuff gets messed up like that does not surprise me. For Christmas. I ordered a set of wind chimes for my aunt's partner, and they didn't take the package that the wind chimes are in and put them in a separate box to ship them. Nor did they put any tape on the box, so it just got thrown out of the thing, and it was like all out over, for sure, not all over the ground. When we found it, it was problematic. But I don't think the world really works like that. I imagine that the universe has its own intentions, its own warmth to it as well. In the same way my consciousness exists here, right now, an abstract side to the universe must exist too. Much like fuzzy theory, I suppose you could call it a fuzzy space. As opposed to quantum theory, or the measurement problem, for example. Humans will find their way into the realm of what can't be seen someday. I'll make sure of it. I mean, just take this planet. We still know nothing about the star we're living on. It's not a star! I know, I go on this rant every time they come up. You like iced honey buns, huh? Cool, good to know. So you haven't answered the question of the day yet. Are we finally done with Harvestella after today's episode? Like, tomorrow we're definitely doing Portia, but what about 2-3 weeks ago when I have my next home time? Are we doing another Harvestella episode then, or are we going to do, 2 episodes of Portia, or 1 Portia, 1 Sandrock, or 1 Portia, 1 Rune Factory? What are your thoughts on that? We'll keep learning. Even though it might not happen straight away. Because not even the science that we humans created gives answers immediately. We're always standing on the shoulders of giants and freaks. She does not mention that, but we are standing on the shoulders of freaks. Seriously, you look at the history of people and of like the great, the great man theory and all that. Some of the great people that did stuff, and they were freaky and weird. We move ahead steadily, step by step, and that steadiness is science's, humanity's greatest weapon. Well, I can't do 2 separate Portia episodes on Saturdays and then a Rune Factory on Sundays. I only do the one episode, the 4-hour session, And when if I'm on home time, the way it's going to work is I'll like come home on a Friday night, maybe Friday afternoon, and then I leave Monday morning. So in that time I'm going to have time to do laundry and grocery shopping and stuff like that as well. Once I get my fridge on my truck and stuff like that. So I can't have an entire day of here's a 4-hour episode in the morning. Now let me go to lunch, then 4-hour episode again in the afternoon. I can't do that for my Saturdays. But yeah, we can definitely do a Porsche on Saturday and Rune Factory on Sundays. As long as we continue in our pursuit, we're sure to find the truth of the universe someday. That's the romanticism of science. Harmony, I had one more idea about this whole investigation. Oh, they're in here with me. They're just chilling behind me. They're taking naps. They're going to be left behind at home here, taking care of my family while I'm away with my orientation. I'll leave Tuesday morning on a bus to go out to California, and then what orientation should start Wednesday morning, and then hopefully be on my own truck by Friday, and then it might be another 2 weeks after that before I'm home. So, we'll see. I might be able to swing by. It won't be on the stream, but I might be able to swing by overnight one night and pick them up and bring them on the truck with me. I had one more idea about this whole investigation. About why my consciousness got trapped in the planet's memory center. It's not a theory, just a feeling. I mean, it's really nothing meaningful, but it wouldn't hurt just to tell you. I'm sure that our consciousness was born out of absolute nothing. The sea. Fade to black. This is what our consciousness is born out of. Oh, they're all about for me. I can see one of them. He's just grooming himself right now. He just kind of sat up and was grooming himself. The other one is absolutely zonked out of it. My boys they're very chill. Oh look, we have another one right here. That was quick and easy. Hardy, thank you for coming. Today's the day of the vigil. Are you ready? I'm pretty sure. I practice a lot. Um, I wonder if I can do it. Yes, you can. You've got this. Yeah, we might marry her if we have time to do the marriage in the course of this. This is our last episode, sounds like, which I'm perfectly okay with. This game came out 4 months ago today. It's been a long run with this game, and it's I was watching a video the other day from one of those channels that's very big on cozy games, and she's like, here's a video of my favorite RPGs on the Switch, and she listed this, but she even she was like, it's not worth full price. She loves it. She thinks it's underrated. I think it's overrated. But even she's like, it's not worth full price. Get it on a 50% off sale, and great. So, and again, it's not bad. Part of it for me is, we've been playing it for 4 months, and I've played twice in that time. Both the separate stream file that I have for, my personal playthrough and getting the guides together, and then this separate one for the stream, and it's just like 4 months, 2 playthroughs. It's not one of the greats. It's good, but it's not amazing. And it's just, I'm burnt out on it. So I'm absolutely looking forward to our next, when I'm on home time, when we do that. Thank you, Hari. I needed the reassurance. It's almost time. I'll see you after the show, Hari. What's what you did? You married Emo? Or that you played the game twice in a row, like back to back? Oh, you got it on sale. Yeah, no, I did not. I pre-ordered it. Because I knew it was going to be something for the channel. It was... I was hoping it would be better. I mean, I knew, looking at the Nintendo Treehouse and all that they had it on, that it wasn't, the Rune Factory killer that everyone was, so like hyping it up to be. That's like, no, it's not. Um, there's other, uh, farm life sim RPG hybrids out there. There's even one that I found out about earlier this week. I think it's called Fantasy Life. That looks like a cross between like Stardew Valley, or not Stardew Valley. It looks like Animal Crossing. A lot of the game that's coming out later this year for it. It's the first one on the Switch, but it's got very similar graphics design to Animal Crossing. But it's from a series that does the farming life sim RPG hybrid. Like, you've got your own story with it as well, and there's something like 14 different professions you can choose from, and you can swap professions on the fly. And it's something I'm looking interested in. I might. It's supposed to come out, I think, late this year. Well, or we don't know specifically, I think is what it was, but it's one I'm looking forward to. I'll look into the series a little bit, and we might play it on here another time once it comes out, if I really do enjoy it. I'll see you after the show, Harvey. In fact, let me pull that up and see if that's what it was called. Fantasy Life, I think, is what it was. Hey, are the rumors true about the diva being in cahoots with Lorelei? Yeah, it's called Fantasy Life. The Girl Who Steals Time is the one that's coming out later this year. She told us herself. Still not sure I believe it, though. Miss Emo's not Lorelei. Miss Emo is kind, not big and scary like Lorelei. They're getting an app? Your favorite anime is getting an app? What is it? Is it like a game? Or what is it? No, I have not played the OG Fantasy Life. Let me see. Yeah, Fantasy Life was the 3DS version, was the original. So let's take a look at that. I may have to order that once I have the money, and I'll play it on my 3DS when I'm on the road. See if it's one I enjoy, a series that I enjoy that we want to have on the channel. Like Rune Factory, absolutely I love. Um, Portia, Sandrock, absolutely love. Harvestella, I like it. I'm not obsessed about it like I am some of those. And there's other games that I play that are theoretically kind of fitting the channel. Like the Persona series is technically a life sim, but it's really more the JRPG. Same with the Atelier series. I've been playing a lot of Atelier Ryza 2 because 3 is coming out at the end of the month. Everyone, thank you for coming. Priya, I will look into that. Let me make a note here for it. I wonder if it's on Crunchyroll. Is it Priya or is it Priya? Oh, no, that's Priapism. So Priya anime. Yeah, no, that happens. That's pretty typical. There's a lot of things that are Japan only. I mean, heck, even great series is that we love here in the West. We only get like chunks of it. A good example is we were just talking the Persona series. We got Persona 1 here in the West when it first came out on PS1, but it was really butchered with the localization. We did not get Innocent Sin the first half of the Persona 2 duology, but we got Eternal Punishment. And then later we got 3 and 4 and 5. And then when they did the remasters of Persona 1 and 2, we got Persona 1 again. This time we got Innocent Sins remaster, but we did not get the Eternal Punishment remaster. Those, the original version of Innocent Sin and the remasters of Eternal Punishment are Japan exclusives. It's just like, really? Come on, guys. It's everyone loves the Persona series. It has surpassed Mega 10. It's so big that it's its own. It on the Even though it's kind of technically part of the Mega 10 franchise, on their books they keep it separate for Atlas because it makes just so much money. Before I begin my song, I have something I would like to say. Hey, Emo! About you and Lorelei. Is it true? I was at the tavern, you said it, but you were joking, right? I was speaking the truth. I was speaking the truth. I am connected to Lorelei. I'm sorry for keeping it a secret for so long. No, don't apologize. Apologizing means you're admitting that it's real. I can't believe it. Dear Emo, who would sing to us at the tavern. It's Lorelei incarnate. Oi, Emo isn't finished. I have not seen. What did I see the anime? What Priya? Or whatever it's called? No, I have not. I'm not even sure I'm finding it. Can you put a link in there to something involving it so I can look at it after the stream? It's like, oi, Emo isn't finished. We're listening. I'm not here to tell you about Lorelei. I want you to understand the plight of the sirens. Lorelei was never our true name. Siren, that is our true name. Wait just a minute. All this sudden talk about the sirens. I don't give two hoots what your real name is. So your names are different. What's so important about that? Emo, you can't blame yourself for the things Lorelei did. But you're wrong. The sirens, all we wanted to do was protect the sea. Protect the sea? You expect me to believe that? You explain what happened at the Coral Shrine to the people of Shatola. You're telling us that Lorelei came about as a result of what happened with the Sea's Light? Because the sirens wanted to stop some big calamity? But Lorelei took the form of the sirens' regrets. I'm not sure my old brain is spry enough to keep up with all this. Everything Haruhi said was the truth. The sirens fought for the sea and for the people of Shatola. And they died doing so. This is what I want the people of Shatola to understand. Emo, I love you. The people love you. Will you please marry the people? We were shocked by what you said about Lorelai. There's no denying. You've been giving your all, singing for us every day. But still, everyone was hurt by the damage Lorelai caused. But only because I was defending Shatol in the sea. Lorelai destroyed our way of life. It killed my friend. If everything you're saying is true, then how are we supposed to feel? That sounds really, really complicated. I believe all of you and what you have to say. But this is how I really feel, which is why I needed to tell you. I needed you to know. I wanted everyone I love in Shatola to know about the family I love. Thank you, Emo, for telling us. It must have been so hard keeping it to yourself all this time. But I'll be honest with you. Forgiving Lorelai will be difficult. I may not be able to do it for as long as I'm alive. Where did you send me the link? I'm not seeing a link in here. I saw you say, sure, hold on, and then I saw you saying I sent you a link. Did you send it via Twitter or something like that? Like, it's not popped up on my Discord either that I can see. But I realized I can't go on hating without knowing, as I have been up until now. I'd like you to teach me more if you wouldn't mind. About about the sirens. It won't erase the pain, but we should understand the truth behind what happened. We owe that to those who are no longer with us. You sent it on YouTube. Let me take a look. Looks like we have two people watching us right now. You and someone else. And I am not seeing any YouTube messages. Go ahead and just drop it a link in the chat box here, and then I'll open up the thing, and we can do it that way. We owe that to those who are no longer here with us. I'd just like to add, nobody here hates you, dear. Oh, I think they heard you. Thanks to you, Harley. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. But, I have one more request I'd like to make. Go on, we're listening. The Vigil song. May I sing for both the people of Stoll and my family of sirens? I know, I'm having a hard time getting her voice today. I'm all over the place with her voice today. Thank you. This song is for everyone we have lost. And now she's gonna sing. Oh, wow. I think it went well. Yeah, I am not seeing it. Let me refresh this over here. Nope. I'm not seeing it in the chat. Maybe you're not allowed to do it. Or let me do top this. Switch from top chat to all chat. Nope. It is odd. I'm not seeing it. Are you sure you spelled it right? Priya, all one word? Or prepara. That's what it is. Prepara. There we go. I think I found it. Yes, thank goodness. Thank you, Ari, for everything you've done. I wouldn't have had the strength to speak up if it wasn't for you. I think I found it. Prepara? I'll check and see if it's on like Crunchyroll or something like that I'll already have an account with. I kept saying that I treasured all the people of Shitola, but I wasn't able to put my trust in them. I was afraid to tell them the truth, and instead kept running away from the situation. But you came back. I feel like now I can really let myself become closer to everyone. I'm so glad I didn't give up. I think I'm going to pay my mother a visit and tell her everything. About today, about what's to come. Will you come with me when I do? Oh yeah, no. Well, of course. I will come with you. Yeah, phone's breaking is always a pain in the ass. I had that happen once with one of mine. Like, I had it in a protected case and everything, and it dropped. Like, it was back the last time I was trucking, and it fell, and it ended up, like, falling. And, even though the case should protect it from screen down, it landed on a spot, like, the road beneath me was not, like, flat and level. It was, like, there was one rock just sticking up out of it, the asphalt of it, and it just cracked the screen, so I had to replace it. And that sucked, having that phone for a little while. I'll send a letter again soon. We might finish her today. We'll finish most of our characters, but we probably won't finish Dianthus or the Unicorn today. And she's a maybe. Depends on how long it takes her to get back to us. But for now, I think we both deserve a good rest. Thank you again, Haruhi. Truly. Yeah, we gotta level up some, because we kept getting our butts kicked last time. You have Sonolus way worse? I don't know what you mean by what Sonolus is. I know the Project Saki, I recognize that, but... Oh wow, her flight went all day. Let's hope we can get in still with time. And that his wasn't, like, restricted to before 7. Excellent, we can get his in. It's 8 p.m., but we're gonna have kids over. Okay. So, kind of like, geez, what would be a good comparison to that? What would for is the rhythm app? Like the old DS games had the Elite Beat Agents and all those that series. Or since we were talking Persona earlier, there's the 3 dancing games from that. Those kinds of things. Or Hatsune Miku, I guess, is probably the most well known. All her games. I've got like one of those on here. Yeah, Hatsune Miku is really really popular. So popular, in fact, that I don't know if you knew about this, but there was several years back there was big news that came out of Japan about some guy who had married a hologram version of her. Like it wasn't like a legally recognized wedding, but he still had like the whole like reserved the wedding halls and all that. Got a certificate for it from the company that makes the hologram booths. They do like all kinds of 2D characters like that they can do that. He was one of like I think he said it was over 300,000 people who had done that program have bought it to marry one of many various characters. So she's super popular over in Japan. Harvey, thank you for coming. I just finished with the preparations for my next presentation. Now we just wait for the children, who will probably show up tomorrow because it's past their bedtimes. Speaking of which, I think it's about time they... Hello, Mr. Hyde. We came because you said you had more cool stuff to show us. I can't wait to see it. Thank you for coming. I finished getting ready, so let's jump right in, shall we? Ready? Let's begin. What are you going to show us today? I'm afraid I'm not here to showcase any new invention today. Huh? So what are you going to do? Haruhi and I are here to regale you with a tale of adventure. Adventure? Now you're talking. It all began with a submarine, and its name was the Fiasola. Haruhi and I set out on our journey in the Fiasola, all the way to the ocean floor, in search of a place that could only be found in the deep sea. There, we found another submarine that belonged to adventurers like us, who had been searching the ocean floor. Wow! Did you go inside? What was in it? Inside was a ship's log, left behind by the former crew. We used the log to guide us as we dove even ever deeper in search of our destination. Tell them the story of how we found his ex's remains, except we didn't. Until finally we arrived. And what we found there will shock and astound you. What did you find? Down there, where no one else has been said to tread, was a flag stuck firmly into the ground. Which means, children, that we were not the first to find such a place. You think somebody else put it there? You think people live on the bottom of the sea? Don't be stupid! How would they breathe? Sadly, we were never able to learn who it was that placed that flag. But I can say for certain, whoever did must have been thinking they'd finally made it. That they did what nobody else had ever been able to do. No one? No one ever? We can all surpass our limitations. Our limitations? That's right. That flag was a reminder that as long as we never give up, we can achieve the impossible. Does that mean I can grow up to be a great fisherman like my dad? Fisherman, and yes, never give up on your dreams, and you can achieve anything. What about me? Can I become a pretty princess one day? What about SpongeBob? Absolutely. You have a great many possibilities hidden deep down. I want to fly all the way up to the stars. Do you think I could do that, Mr. Hyde? You can, most definitely. Humans made it to the bottom of the sea. It won't be long before we claim the skies as well. Wow! But first, you'll need to seize the stars closest to your heart.
How do I do that?
Easy. You learn how to woo the ladyfolk. Yes, there are hundreds of beautiful, glistening stars all across this land, just waiting for you to seize the moment.
Ha 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 ha! I don't care about girls. I'm already gay.
Well, how do you think it went? I think that last part needed some work. Really? I thought that was probably the most important part. Say, hurry. Do you think I've gotten closer to Fiesola's legacy?
Not quite. She's still way ahead of you.
Ah, that's rather harsh. Still, it makes me feel better somehow. I think this is something that Fiesole really wanted to do. Opening doors for the generations to come. She never wished for new worlds, nor did she strive to be a technological innovator. No, chances are, the people who planted that flag are cut from the very same cloth.
You're quite the dreamer.
I consider myself more of a romanticist who just happens to be overflowing with hopes and dreams. Someday, people will make discoveries that surpass anything we or Fiesole ever envisioned.
And that might be in the sequel. Where we're probably going to be some other kind of possessing a dead corpse thing. I don't know. Maybe it'll be Harvey again.
Before long, they too will entrust their dreams to the next generation, just like we are. Generation after generation, until eventually someone achieves the very impossible.
Can I do a review on the foods, like within the game, like what foods are good and what foods are bad kind of review? What are you talking about?
It all begins with one small step, and enough steps will one day lead to one giant leap. Forgive me, I have a habit of waxing poetic about the future.
That future is coming, you know.
You're right.
Mr. Hyde!
Oh, what's this?
I told everyone about your story and now they all want to hear about it for themselves.
Oh dear, my day's about to get much busier.
Well, here's the thing. The foods, they're all perfectly okay. I mean, there's a few that are absolutely like, yes, this food is great. You know, health regeneration, the stuff with chocolate in it, almost all of them have a health regeneration effect. Those are going to be a bit better than everything else. Um, skill cooldown rate is going to be better because you want to use your skills to do bigger damage. Um, break rate up ones like the vegetable muffin are really good for bosses in fear. You know, it's less about what the individual food is and more what the effect is and what effects are beneficial for where you're at in the game.
If you'll excuse me, I'm off to regale the children more wondrous tales of the future. I'll see you again soon. Next time, I'll treat you to a meal. No, you won't.
Mr. Hyde, come on!
Yes, I'm on my way.
Ah, And there's the flag. Just chilling, all torn up and stuff. And off in the distance, Fiesole. I wish. Dream on. But yeah, other than what I do in the next couple days, I won't be able to do any Switch stuff for videos over the next few days for a couple weeks. I'm not going to be taking my docking port with me or my capture card on the truck, at least not right away. So everything I do for the next several weeks is going to be PC specific. So like, uh, my time at Porsche will be doing some videos on like tips for that and Sandrock and so on. Let's see. Yeah. Turn in all these. But yeah, like this. HP regen. That's got chocolate on it, so it's got HP regen. Some of the other recipes that have chocolate, you got the Phantasma Choco Churros, HP regen. Skill cooldown speed up also. This is a great one. Melting chocolate fondant. HP regen, skill cooldown speed up. One of my favorites for boss fights is where is it? The vegetable muffin. Skill cooldown speed up, break increase up 200%. So it's not like, oh, what foods are, whatever, because, you know, even the humble mountain stir fry and picnic sandwich are good for where they're at in the game. It's just as you get later and later in the game, you're going to need better healing and, you might want better effects. The Lantern Pumpkin Grot, that is a expensive thing. And I need more meat for that. But, it is what it is. So doing a review on the foods would not be really something fitting. Anyways, that's the end of the day. We only got 3 people done. 4. Oh look, we got the final letter from email. Here we go. I want them to know I'm okay. I would like to visit the Coral Shrine again. I want to tell my mother and the other sirens that the vigil went well, and that I became friends with the people of Shatola. Would you mind coming with me, please, Haruhi? My dearly beloved, Ryan, I've grown quite accustomed to sending you these letters. I never would have believed we would spend this much time together when we first met. I'm continuing on as an inventor, just like Fiesole. I will pave the path for our generation and for the children of the next. And with you at my side, every step of the way. Let us walk this road to the future together. Ah, my voice is cracking. Let me get a drink. Dream by Aria. I read a passage from my childhood where I wondered if this world is just a dream someone else had. I was reminded of it after what we went through before. What's important cannot be seen. Life in the ocean couldn't observe the sky, and humans haven't been able to properly envision the universe for tens of thousands of years. The realm of what we can perceive is still growing. Someday I will unravel that dream. And as long as I don't give up, for Maisel. With all of that done and dusted, it finally feels like Namiya has returned to the way it was before. This is the world I am able to protect, and that's fine. In time, I know my reach will grow, and I'll be able to protect the whole world, just as I promised. I look forward to when that day comes. All right.
Looks like some of the crops are ready for harvest.
Ooh, some of the crops are ready for harvest. Nice. Let's see. What are these crops that are ready for harvest? It's not my fruit.
I can probably use something here.
There we go.
Hello, little
All the chili
crabbies.
plants. Those are great for making money. Winter's probably the hardest time to make money in this game. which my video this week that went live was about the money making guide and had that chart and everything that I finally finished. So if you haven't watched it yet, definitely go check that out after the stream. That'll help you make money in this game because honestly, your farm is the way to make money in this game. It's the only way to make money in this game. Do. It's snowing, so they won't be outside for brushing or anything, but we can feed them. Get the eggs and the milk. Do. Yes, I know. This is not the most exciting aspect of this game. Most of these games have something that's just like, yeah, it's not the most exciting part to it. You know, it's a downside of the genre. All right. Let's go to the Coral Shrine. And then we'll go buy some more seeds for the winter plants. Gotta board this. There we go. But yeah, I'll try to record before I leave on like Monday or maybe tomorrow after tomorrow night's session or beforehand. Like a video I'll do in like my Animal Crossing, just show off my island. It's got a very Asian inspired thing look into it. You know, like I was on there and I was like, yeah, oh my right, my character's like in a kimono with the little sandals and all that kind of stuff. And I've got like a little bamboo forest section specifically on my island and all that. I don't know. Do you like those kinds of games? That's the big question. I mean, you know, I've not played Waka Waka Sweets, so I couldn't speak to how good or bad it is. But again, anything I would say would be my personal preference. You know, I mean, if it's on sale and it's only $2, you might, and you think you might like it, go for it. And if you don't like it, well, you don't have to keep it on your Switch. That's actually one of the things I'm looking for right now, as I'm trying to find a bigger SD card. All I've got right now is a 512 gig one, so I'm trying to find either a one or 2 terabyte one for the future, so that I can be like, here, let me have all of these games, because like I want to pick up the Persona 3 and 4 ports for it, because I love those games. I mean, I have them both on my Vita, but the Switch is, you know, I could pop the Switch into a TV, you know, to a docking port and play it on TV and all that, or on the PC and have it a little bit bigger screen and so on. But also still have it on the small screen when I'm on the go, and that's one of the things I love about the Switch. It's you know, I can get done here and take it off of playing on this here and go pop a different game in and go play it in my room on my big screen TV. Oh, Harvey, you came. You know, there's definitely games that I'm like, oh man, I look forward to that being on the Switch, or I hope it would be on the Switch. Because of those reasons, that's one of the things I love about Personas, the Persona ports and all that. It's like, yeah, Persona 3 Portable. People could argue whether that's the proper one to port, but it's still a good one. You know, they're doing a Rune Factory 3 special this year, just like Rune Factory 4 special. You know, it's a port from an earlier, in this case, DS title. Um, they're going to port over Ghost Trick later this year, which was made by the same team behind the Professor Layton's, I believe. It's definitely a Capcom title. Or maybe it's not Cap Layton. I think it's the Ace Attorney team. I forget which team specifically. But it's a fun game like that. That's getting ported to the Switch. That's one that I don't really care for being on the Switch, because it's one that's perfectly fine on the 3DS. But there's definitely ones that's absolutely great to have on. You know, be able to do it on the go and on that. You know, Skyrim. I'm not playing Sky. I don't have Skyrim on here, but that would be a good example of one that you can finally like. Oh no, I can take Skyrim and I'll just pick it up and carry it around in my purse. You know. So look into it, see if it's something you would like. That's the best advice I can give. The bartender gave me the day off. He said I deserved to take it easy after I worked so hard with Vigil. You want to do this on your day off? Or, no, he was right. You deserve it. We'll say that one. In that case, so do you, Haruhi. I hardly work. What are you talking about? I do a little farm work in the mornings, and then I just go talk to people all day. It's nice to come here now that everything has calmed down. Last time I was here, I was running away from Shitola. Yeah, I remember. It was pretty late. Well, a lot had happened. But today I'd like to speak to my mother. I have so much to say. I'd like you to come too, Haruhi. You're going to be my waifu, or husbando, or whatever the gender-neutral version of that would be. I don't know. Why me? Because you want to marry me. Yeah, I know. Because I finally found it. The thing I want to do. I've been thinking about it this entire time. About what I can do for the sirens. About what I can do to make sure they are remembered. Yeah, like I said, if you think it's going to be good for you and you're going to enjoy it, absolutely. I unfortunately don't have any deals yet with Nintendo, or any other companies. I'm way too small of a channel. But there's definitely bigger channels out there that are like dedicated Switch channels. So you can get the gift cards for like 10% off or something like that because they do have deals with Nintendo. So absolutely look into that. Maybe one day I'll have that, be big enough that, I can get the deals with the companies and set, something like Marvelous will send me Rune Factory 6 or 7, or, I'll get, Haunted Chocolatier or something like that review copies that I can play on the Switch or on the stream. Um, I use my eShop points to buy games that I can only buy on the eShop. I prefer the physical copies. Like, I've got an entire case that holds like 60 or 72 cartridges in it. It's like 36 per side. And it's almost entirely full, and that's just my RPGs. Um, but there are games that are only on the eShop that eShop exclusives. The Persona 3 and 4 ports, for example, are eShop exclusives. Because they're eShop exclusives, yeah, I'm going to redeem my points and use those to buy the games there. But yeah, I prefer the physical copies. Once because eventually the eShop is going to shut down once they've moved on to the next console or the console after that. They're going to be like, okay, we're shutting down the eShop for this. They were, I think they finally did it for the 3DS, for example. So it's like I can't go back to the 3DS and buy digital copies. It might even be problematic to go into the eShop and download copies of games that I bought earlier that I had to delete for space and all that. So, my mother, everyone, and that's to continue living on the surface as the last siren, the diva of Shatola. That way I can pass down our story from generation to generation. Yeah, it's going to be a long time before I get big enough that they're going to send me codes. I'm nowhere near big enough of a channel. We're going to need at least 1,000 subscribers before that kind of thing happens. So, it is what it is. We'll see when it comes there. We broke 50 subscribers in the past week. I think we're at 54 or 56 now. So, it might be a couple years, but it'll get there eventually, I think. That way I can pass down our story from generation to generation. I think I said this line already. I can tell people about the sirens and the curse of their hopes that transformed into Lorelei. I won't let them be forgotten. I will help them live on forever. Oh. So you've decided? That's right. Haruhi, this is what I'm going to do. So, will you marry me? Or will you continue to help me? Oh, okay, different question. Okay. I always intended to, Princess Emo. Me? Hein calls me that. I'd prefer if you didn't join him. Uh, People will get mad about anything that's exclusive. Like, I mean, you can like your thing with the Grim Eclipse versus the Switch versus PS4. I mean, I just saw earlier this week there was an announcement of like this one pajama set showing up in the Sims 4 that was initially talked about as being all exclusive to EA Play members, which are console exclusive, and people were outraged, and then they're like, no, it's gonna be for everyone eventually, and yada yada yada. So it's like, whatever. People are gonna complain. They're always gonna find something to complain about. Mother, everyone. I've made friends with so many people who I hold so dear. A good example of one that I might be like complaining about is the digital deluxe DLC exclusives to like the Atelier Ryza titles. Like if you buy a physical copy of Atelier Ryza 2, there is no way for you to get the Kirkin Island DLC. It is exclusive to the digital deluxe thing. That is something that's like, okay, that you can complain about. That is like punishing people who prefer the physical copies. But like console exclusives, pre-order bonuses, those kinds of things, it's like, like yeah, if they did the DLC as a bonus added in with the digital deluxe, but then you can later buy it separately, that would be cool. But the fact that it's completely locked behind that, you cannot buy it. That annoys me because I like my physical copy. You know, I've made friends with so many people who I hold so dear. I may be alone, but I'm okay. I won't cry anymore. So I hope you can find peace, but please keep watching over me. Yeah, we're gonna marry her. You can say more if you like. Let's go, Haruhi. The people of Shitola are waiting, and besides, we've still got a whole adventure ahead of us. The adventure of marriage. Alright, let's get moving. Okay. Mother, everyone, farewell. I promise I'll be back soon. The Diva's new debut. Closeness with Emo. Alright, and we got 3 Loreleis here, so those are really good. I wish we had some of the water cores, but, Lorelei's tiers are used for all 3 tiers of the sprinkler. It always ends at about 7 o'clock-ish for my time right now. So I'm guessing you're on the East Coast. But yeah, it ends not always exactly at 5 past, but usually right around there, yeah. Like it used to be a lot shorter. Um but we'll see what comes of everything. Alright, we already made the ring, so let's come out here and tell her we want to marry Emo. But yeah, I do try to be very specific with my times, trying to keep it going. Sometimes it ends a little early. I'll end at like 6:30 my time or whatever, and our next stream will actually be after daylight savings. For me, it'll be instead of starting at 3 and ending at 7, it'll end up being starting at 2 and ending at 6 because Arizona, where I live, doesn't do daylight savings time. So like to keep it standard with everyone else's time, it's like it's going to shift my time. Have you decided on who your life partner is going to be? Oh, that's right. You mentioned you live in Georgia. I forgot about that. Yeah. But yeah, I live in Arizona, like, and the whole state just is like, no, we don't do daylight savings. So half the year we're lined up with Mountain Time, and half the time we're lined up with Pacific Time, depending on what everyone else's daylight savings is doing. Don't forget, relationship is a two-way street. If you haven't built that kind of connection with them yet, then there's no way it's gonna work out. Just like the mayor said, you can only choose one person to be your life partner. Choose carefully. Oh, we're going for emo. We are absolutely going for emo. Are you sure about that person? Like, really, really sure? I'm sure. Okie dokie. I'll send them a letter right away. Yeah, I don't think it's always 5 after, but yeah, it's usually between, right at 7 my time, 9 your time, and, it's about 5-10 minutes after, yeah. Usually just whenever we get to a good stopping place. Okay, so we've sent that off. Let's go down to Argen and buy some more seeds. And we'll talk to the Unicorn and Dianthus, and then we'll probably do some combat stuff a little bit today. Because we gotta build up some frickin' levels. So that we can actually conquer Paranoid if we want to continue down there. Anyways, run, run, run. Alright. Chili plant seeds. Let's get... Can we afford 48 of the dang things? Yes, barely. Argent cabbage. What can we afford? We can afford 48 of those as well. Perfect. I'm not a big fan of white chocolate. I mean, more power to you if that's what you love. But for me, it's always been It's not real chocolate either, so it's like it's a misname. It's misnamed. It's not using like actual cocoa beans or anything in the process. Like once in a while, it's like okay, yeah, it's all right, but it's I prefer actual chocolate. Milk and especially dark. I'm a huge dark chocolate fan. Oh, well, unicorn. Unicorn. Oh, Harvey, why have you come all the way here? Is something the matter? I don't remember sending a letter. Are you perhaps here out of concern for my well-being? Actually, I got a letter from Shrika. From the priestess girl? Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I've not had ice cream in a while. Um, I had a little bit several weeks back for right before I got laid off was my boss's 70th birthday, and I got invited to the birthday party, and that was when I had a little bit of like vanilla ice cream. But I don't do a ton of sweets. I'll like have a little bit of chocolate here or there. I've got like some gummies that help like deal with the hunger kind of stuff like that. But most of like my sweets is like, oh, I've got chocolate flavored protein powder, to deal with my sweet tooth. Um, but I mean, I've been doing good. I've officially lost 40 pounds since I started in July. We'll have to see how that changes on the truck. Hopefully, I can keep it up, but it's going to be a little bit harder to control my diet because, the fridge I can have is smaller than your usual, even typical mini fridge. so I can only have so much on there. So, actually, your timing was nearly perfect. Apparently, there's something you wish to discuss with me. I apologize for coming to you with this so suddenly, but I absolutely had to come and ask for myself. What did Unicorn do? How rude! I have done nothing untoward. Well, it must be no small matter if you have come this far to seek me out. I don't believe you are lying. Of course I'm not. I may be a knight no longer, but that does not suddenly make me a miscreant. You're right. Still, please allow me to make sure. A few days ago, some curious rumors began to spread from a being calling themselves the King's Envoy. Curious how? You love what? Ice cream? I mean, we all love ice cream. Well, according to the rumor, there will be a purge of the Holy Capital and the Seaslight Order, of all who threaten the interests of the royal family. How can there be a King's Envoy? Harumph! Balderdash and foolishness! Even I am aware that the royal family were fantastical creations of the omens. King's Envoy? Royal Purge? We all know neither can exist. It's obviously drivel. Basic mischief. That's all I thought it was too at first. But then there have been sightings of this envoy, each citing the same defining characteristic. Is that so? And what characteristic is that? The witnesses report that the king's envoy is a horse with a single horn protruding from its head. And that is why you came to see me. That is correct, although it is clear to me that this is not your doing. Especially since this seems to be the first time you've so much as heard about it. I apologize for doubting you. No need for that. Although, this does bring me back to square one. It will be a difficult investigation given I have never heard of another horned creature like yourself. And I needed to stop for breath in the middle of that sentence. Holy jeez. It could be Monocaros. Agreed. There is a high likelihood that it would be he who is behind this. You both seem to know something that I do not. Would you mind explaining in more detail? You tell Shrika about Monocaros. So there is something behind those sighting reports after all. Haruhi, we cannot turn a blind eye if they are parading themselves as an envoy of the king. We must find them and ask about their intentions. You're right. Can't let this slide. Indeed, we must meet Monocaros. I must say, I'm impressed that you would go so far as to track this envoy down yourselves. I do not have the freedom to look into this as much as I would like due to my position as missionary. No, you're the Holy Frickin' Mother now. Come on. Excuse me. Which would make our adaptability better suited to this investigation. You may rest easy, Priestess. At full gallop, I will track down the scoundrel in moments. I have no idea why you want to see Unicorn in an NFL jersey. That is a thought that never crossed my mind. I don't even know which team's jersey you want to see him in. In that case, I look forward to seeing what you can do when unbridled. Ah, I see what you did there. Why a royal purge of all things? Perhaps he lost control of his senses after learning what we did on Lost Gaia. Nonetheless, all will become clear once we address Monocaros directly. First things first, Haruhi, I will collect all the necessary information. It would behoove us to narrow the list of potential locations to check first. Again, the Hoove joke. I will send a letter once I have discerned where to look. I expect you to be on standby until then.
Very well, then I will return to the capital. Let us do our best to collect whatever information we can on this matter.
Agreed.
Do 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 do. What's still funny? The horse, all the little kind of subtle horse jokes in their dialogue. You know, unbridled, behoove. All right, let's plant some seeds.
Welcome home.
Some more freaking seeds. Since we pulled all these out earlier. Do 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 do. Whoops. Wrong angle. I don't know that it's specifically an MLP reference, but, you know. I mean, that's a common thing you'll see with, like, horse-like creatures. And it probably wasn't even intentional. I mean, this is the Japanese, so what they say and what translates over doesn't translate always perfectly well into English and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes the translations just don't work very well. If you're familiar with Persona 5 in the vanilla game, there's the localization didn't quite translate over the Akechi thing when you max out his thing. There's a spot in the original Japanese where it's like how Joker's just like, I sense a certain bond with Akechi at level 10 instead of I sense a strong bond, which we got in English. And it's like, no, it's very clear in the Japanese. And it's like, yeah, Joker's just like, I don't really care about this thing. And he's the one that's initiating all this bond, whatever, in the vanilla game. But yeah, and we see that all the time. The Persona 1 port, oh my god, the localization of that was terrible. Yeah, and we see it with anime too. I mean, the original Sailor Moon port, you know, the most iconic one, of course, is turning Neptune and Uranus into cousins instead of just admitting that, yeah, they are a gay couple. But there's even other ones, like there's one episode where the girls are all arguing over who should be the lead role in Romeo and Juliet, and Jupiter's pointing to her chest and is like, well, I should have the role because I have the biggest breasts. And in the English, they're like, you know, they kept the gesture in, but it's like, yeah, it's now like, oh, I have the most talent. And it's still clear what she's talking about when she says talent, so it's just a euphemism now. Oh, so you guys have dial-up internet? You made it, Harvey. Emily has requested we return to her abode. I wonder what she wants to do. I know exactly what she wants to do. There is no use in wondering. She will inform us once we arrived. Let us embark. You may use the airship. Oh, thank you that I may use the airship. Dianthus, hurry. Thank you for coming. I know you said you would come back when I asked, but is it really okay for you both to set your time aside for this? It is no problem. We offered to come here. Maybe so, but... I'm sorry to press, but I would like to get to the matter at hand. The thing you said you wanted to do. What is it? Oh, of course. Is that a book? There's nothing written on the cover. It isn't something you can buy. It's something I wrote myself. You're a novelist? It isn't a job, but I've always enjoyed writing. I've always enjoyed writing poetry. So we have covered that writing poetry is a passion for you. You still haven't told us what you wish to do in your remaining moments. I want to leave a poem behind when I'm gone. It's been nothing but a hobby until now. Something I did because it was fun. But now that I have so little time left, I would like it if at least one of my poems was remembered. I see. It is natural for one to want to leave proof of their existence behind. I've never known what I should write about, though. But now you do? I think so. I wish to write about you, Dianthus. I didn't even realize we still had dial-up here in the States. That's really rare places. Most places have satellite or um, cable of some sort. Why do I need an orange cat? I have 2 black ones. I wish to write about you, Dianthus. Why me? To me, the omens have always been something to be feared. But you actually came to try and save me. I wish to teach people that the omens are not necessarily something to be feared. So I want to know more about you. What makes you tick? Ah, 'cause she's a robot. Unless you would rather I not. Nobody has ever asked to know more about me. But I don't see why not. There's a limit to what I can divulge, but I will try to answer your questions. Nobody has ever asked about you, Dianthus, huh? I'm standing right here. You will? Really? Thank you so much. I must go and grab some paper. Walk away! Can't even run. She's got, the AIDS cancer stuff. I'm sorry, Harvey. I didn't check to see if you were okay with this. Well, let's stay with her and see it through. Agreed. Ah, the Diana's voice is one of the ones that always makes me yawn. Her and the mayor. I'm back. Okay, so... Why the sudden hesitation? Now that I'm here, I have no idea what to ask you. I cannot help you. You must decide yourself. Maybe ask about her routine? I can't imagine what a noma's routine is like. Okay, let's start with that. I work in order to complete my prime directive. I am making preparations in the event that Uable would need to be replaced. So what does that involve? That I cannot say. It's confidential. It's still downloading Waka Waka Sweets. Also, what character says are when you live in the country, called it pumpkin pie, and to let it be fat. Oh, you want me to have the orange cat to name it pumpkin pie and let it be fat? Okay. I swear, when you live in the country, I live in the country too. We're outside of town. It's a 40-mile drive to the nearest real major city. It's about a 20-mile drive to the nearest small town. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We had not quite a tornado come through, but really, really high, 75-mile-an-hour winds that blew down our power lines. We were without power for 30 something hours or something like that. It was over that. And when the power's out, we don't have water either because we run on a well, and the well's is electrical operating. So, we had to go get the generator up and running just so we could have some kind of power in the household to try and keep the food from going bad. Okay, how about this? Why do you want to achieve your prime directive? There must be a reason. A reason? It is our reason for existing, would be my best answer. Your reason for existing? It is why I was created. Thereby my only purpose is to work towards my prime directive. What's boring? Being up in the country?
Or these two. Is your prime directive to help others? What makes you think that? Well, you came to help me. Or is that not your prime directive after all? Or after all? No, it is not included within my prime directive. Even so, you still tried to help me? I came to help you because it was what I wanted to do. I am aware of the hypocrisy of my having such an impulse. Did it surprise you too, Dianthus? I would say so, yes. I think that's wonderful. What do you mean by that? It's just how I feel about it. To carry such a burden, but still refuse to ignore smaller matters? To me, that's something to be admired. I see. Can you tell me what kind of life you've led until now? I'm sorry, I cannot. I see. In that case, perhaps you can tell me about your friends. You mean Haruhi? I would like to ask about them eventually, but I meant other omens. I'm afraid I cannot speak on behalf of my compatriots. No, actually I can tell you one thing. Oh? It was when I first established the suggestion box. Due to an oversight, the number of letters received caused our storage facility to overflow. There were that many? Yes, hot water is always nice. I like having clean water too. Like I said, we couldn't do anything. Like we couldn't flush the toilets. It was like when we had so much power down. It's like no, I had to run to town because I had to go poop. You know, favorite Disney movie. Oh wow, that's gonna be a tough one. Um, it's gonna depend on my mood. I love parent making fun of them. Let's be honest, or analyzing them heavily. You know, um, uh, Lion King, for example, is just basically gay animal Hamlet. Um, but it's also like, let's go look at Be Critical and all the stuff, I'll rip on Beauty and the Beast. It's like, yeah, it's Stockholm Syndrome, the movie. Or Aladdin is, I don't know that I would go so far as to call it gaslighting, but it's what Aladdin himself does not like, oh, that is bad. That is, like lying and all that. And misrepresentation. Frozen's pretty good. Little Mermaid is, absolutely basically a transgender metaphor, or in that case, trans species, I guess. But, there's a lot of stuff like that. And the original, like, this actual story of The Little Mermaid was actually, ironically, written as a love letter from one man to another. So that was fun history if you didn't know that. I received a transmission from my compatriot, Navalis, who said she would incinerate the letters. Oh, see, I always assumed Navalis was male. I didn't realize that Navalis had a female voice. I was just able to stop her from reducing everyone's letters with dash. Did that really happen? Navalis has a tendency to react hastily. It was my own fault for not having foreseen her reaction, but I think incineration was hasty even for her. You and Navalis sound like good friends. Not the case, although we do interact regularly while working towards our prime directive. Work friends then. I can hear the way you care about her when you speak. Yeah, no, it's absolutely like we're out there. Like, yes, we have cable internet, but like because we live on a well, um, it's a powered well, so it's like to draw the water into the pipes and all that is um, we have to have power. So when we were out of power with like so long, it was like nope, we can't run the water at all. No showering, If you gotta pee, go outside and do it behind a bush. It's that kind of thing. So we're out there in the country. It's not like living off the land entirely, but and I guess you guys are kind of different. Like you probably have proper like plumbing, city plumbing, but you're on dial-up kind of thing. So everyone's got a different experience out there, and then you got those who don't have either. Is there anyone besides Nivalis like that? No, she is one of a kind. Your favorite's Wally? Okay, yeah. It's a fun one. If you get like really deep in the analysis of it, it can get really dark. Um, I don't know if you're familiar with like game theory and film theory and all of those that Mad Pat does. Has a series of Wally film theories where it's like, oh yeah, no, the slurry that they're all drinking is like made up of the dead bodies of the people that have passed away and all that. And so Dianthus and Emily spent the day talking. Yeah, you can interpret films and stuff all the way to whichever kind of theory you're applying to them. Queer theory, feminist theory, cannibal theory. In the case of the Wally ones that he has, it's like okay, you can look at that and go, "Ooh, that's dark." And so Dianthus and Emily spent the day talking, and there's our whole day gone. Hey, it's evening. Oh, it's that time already. I totally lost track of time. It's been a long time since I was last caught up in a discussion like this. Dianthus, thank you so much for the opportunity. No need for thanks. Do you have enough to write your poem? Yes, I think so. Actually, no, I definitely do. I hope you complete it. Thank you. I'll need to head home soon now. Hmm. Emily, wait. Do you have a moment? Oh, of course. Hmm. I would like to show you something. It should provide further stimulus for the contents of your poem. Oh, really? Haruhi, please wait here. I would like to show Emily the same view we get to see. Oh, I'm sure some people did you would use it, and they're probably, all of that. But yeah, it's just it can be problematic when you have no power when you live on a well. So you are the first able to ride this airship, aside from my friends. I was about to say, don't leave us all out. What do you think, Emily? It's beautiful. No, that doesn't do it justice. This view fills me with so many emotions, but the words to describe them won't come to me. It sounds to me like you are happy. Dianthus, why are you showing me this? I can't say. I just wanted to. I'm sorry for the vague answer. Oh, Dianthus, you're so vague. What was that? Nothing, never mind. I'm gonna finish my poem. Will you read it when it's done? Of course. Oh, hey, look, just looked it up. Yes, Prepara is on Crunchyroll. Oh yeah, my cats like water. I mean, obviously I like to drink it, but I mean, I've got one. I used to have like when I lived alone, and so it's like I don't didn't even bother closing the door to the showers, like the bathroom when I took a shower. He would get up in between the curtains and just like stick his head in and like hey, you doing okay in there? You still getting good? You getting a shower? And, sometimes he just stick his head up underneath the faucet and whatever. Yeah, you can't change your skin tone, but you can change what I do love about it. And I wish it wasn't just a default skin, but one of the things that's fun with Rune Factory 4 and 5 is you can change your gender. Sort of. It's effectively just a costume change, but you can change, like, once you've beaten the game at least once and you've got unlocked the advanced stuff, you can change yourself between Alice and, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. But yeah, you can change your appearance between the two. Same thing with Rune Factory 4. You can do it. It's only a costume change though. Like you're still treated as whatever gender you created at the creation. So in 4 you can still only if you start as a female and you put on the male skin, you can still only marry men. Um, you still only get the male specific scenes, like the event scenes. So like you won't get the slumber party with the girls or anything like that. If you start as a guy and become a girl and all that. Thank you. But at least Rune Factory 5 added in the same-sex relationships and being able to have like the magic tree for kids and all that. So that's something I do enjoy. Sorry to keep you waiting, Harvey. Yeah, it's all frickin' day. Don't worry about it. I think I have what I need to write my poem now. Dianthus, hurry. I'll contact you once it's finished. Let's meet then. Of course. I look forward to. Oh, excuse me. I had to burp in the middle of that. I look forward to speaking with you again. Me too. I'll be heading home now. But yes, looks like Idle Time Prepara is available on Crunchyroll. One season, 51 episodes. I'm not sure if that's the exact version that you were talking about earlier, but I have added it to my watch list, so I'll have something to watch while I'm on the road or sitting and waiting for, like, Tuesday night. I'm going to get there Tuesday afternoon and not have class until the next morning, orientation till the next morning, so it'll give me something to do. As should we. Oh, yeah, he's absolutely weird. Um, it's like, most people are like, yeah, you spray your cats to train them, to get them to off the thing. And it's like, yeah, I'd spray him. And he'd just be like, what? I'd have to, like, get him sprayed, like, right in the ear with a water bottle to get him to jump off the counter, like, if I was trying to get him off the counter or something like that. And that's only because it, like, got right in the ear. And, if you're getting sprayed in the ear. He's a fun cat. I love him. He's a jerk. But he's fun and sweet and lovable. Like, he likes to beat up my aunt's cat. Just because he can. She's such a wuss. I've seen her get her butt kicked by, like, bunnies and squirrels and windows. Yeah, she's a wussy cat.
Oh, didn't think you were coming back.
Oh, you didn't think I was coming back, freaking fairy. Okay, I see how it is. No mail. Okay, let's pop in over here. And we got those two. And let's go to bed. We'll call it a day. And then I think we'll spend our next day just grinding some levels or something. We're level 69. We need stuff. What did I eat? Uh, Normally I would have eaten like a sandwich or something like that, but I don't have like the ingredients because of me going on the truck. It's like I didn't go out shopping for stuff, so I just kind of had like earlier at like 11:30 or something. I had like leftover Chinese, and then right before stream, I just had like a couple hot dogs with some cheese on them, like not even on the buns, just the hot dogs. So hot dogs always had that kind of like they're kind of like carbonated soda. There's something in them that just always makes you be like, bleh. I mean, they were grilled. They were the good, well, quality ones, but they're still just, yeah, no, that's what they are. It's like, nope, that's gonna make me burp. I actually had to stop drinking sodas before the streams because early on, before you became a regular on the streams, that was a thing. Like I would have like Coca Zero or something like that before my streams, or drink it during the streams instead of water, and I would end up burping throughout the. Aikatsu stars. Let's look for that. Yep. Okay. I have the link to it. I've put that in to remember it for next time. Yeah, we're still 5 of these away from the Earth Fairy Stone, which is at I think 60. I think it was 60 requests done, so we've done 55 of these. We still have 8 over here. 8 over here. We've got this one. These are 14 until we're absolutely done. Oh yeah, she absolutely is. There's like she used to be able to go outside, allowed to go outside, and we have what are called pips around here. They're like a smaller subspecies of squirrel kind of thing, or related to like chipmunks or something like that. And there was a really really young one, and I saw her go jumping, like running towards one to go jump on it, and it kind of reared up like, "What? Like you come at me, bro?" And she's like, "Nope," and jumped all the way over it and just kept running. I've seen her. There's a little like bird feeder outside one of the windows. We call it cat TV, and she's like sitting there in her cat tree, and then she tries to jump out when she sees the bird, and just goes slams into the window. She gets her butt kicked by everything. It's hilarious. Emo now and forever. Wow, she's only 1 day. Oh no, okay, never mind. This is from her other thing. I was about to say, wow, that was quick. Hari, I thought I would never find a way to thank you for all of your help, but I finally did. I will share your story. The story of my dearest friend and future spouse, who saved the sirens, who saved me. Thank you for everything, Haruhi. I mean, hot dogs aren't really raw even as you get them, so, you know, saying that you're eating them raw is, they're just not heated up, basically. They're already pre-cooked. Like, when they're processed, they're cooked in the processing and all that, and then it's just like, okay, now we're doing extra cooking to add in the flavor or get it hot again or whatever. Like, we cook ours on grill. My aunt is really big about like charcoal grilling and so on. Ooh, all our cabbages are ready.
Hello, little crappies.
Those are good money too. Always selling. Never something you would process. I'm gonna hold off on these until these all line up the same day for harvesting. Which one's the cool show? The Aikatsu Stars, the Prepara?
I can probably use something here. Hello, little crappies.
Hello, little crappies. Yeah, cabbages are not something you ever process. These are things you would process, though. Let's see. Speaking of processing, what can we process to make money? What do we got a lot of? I mean, I can understand. I mean, yes, I'm big on serious issues, but that's because I've been big on activism and all that, so that's why I kind of bring up like the serious topics. But it's not like, oh, I can't enjoy fun stuff. But like, good example. I used to volunteer at an LGBT youth center. Um, so it's like, yeah, no, absolutely that there's an activism kind of thing and all that. And it's like, I'm familiar with serious topics, but because I'm so serious a lot of times, I like really fun, fantastical stuff. I love Persona 5. It is still, I love the entire Persona series, but 5 especially is the best gameplay of them. May not always be the best story, but you know, and I've got games that are just like the Atelier series. It just caught, goofy, cozy, fun games. Yeah, sometimes they have a darker thing to it, like, oh, we gotta save the world, but they're never super serious, you know? So, yeah, I can enjoy non-serious stuff. Let's see. What do I want to process it? Promise thing is promise of turning this, if I remember right, into let's take a look. Is this the right one I'm on? Nope, this is not the right one. Oh well. Let me check. Because I had like a personal account versus, and then I transferred it over to my channel account. So it's like the channel one is the finished one. Let's see. Apple juice. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, no, apple juice is the same price. Yeah, so that's not worth like trying to process to make money. Um, yeah, there's nothing else I can do with a fermenting barrel that would make me money. Oh well, we'll just have to wait till the spring. We don't have to wait for the seeds though. Do. Yeah, let's do 24. And we'll do. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Like I said, I've got I'm taking the, rather than driving or flying or anything like that, they're going to put me on a Greyhound bus. So I'll have all day Tuesday. Like I get in Tuesday morning, or I start Tuesday morning, and then I arrive Tuesday afternoon, and then I'll be there until, have the whole night to myself. And then the next day, again, be orientation and all that. And I'll have a lot of free time once I'm on the truck, because like I'll be working every day, but I'm not pulling usually terribly long days. Since I'm not going to be streaming, I'll definitely have, while I'm on the truck, I'll definitely have more time on my Saturdays and Sundays. And so I'll definitely give some of these things to look at. And of course, there'll also be days like, oh, my truck's in the shop, so I'm just sitting and waiting and blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's go hunt something to freaking do some killing of. Oh yeah, I play games for fun. I play games for stories. Same thing with what I watch. I'm gonna do. No worries, I'm still here for another 2 hours or so. So take your time. I'm just gonna be grinding the rest of this day, so we're just going over to Astrum Helix Research Facility. It's a great grinding map. So, and then hopefully tomorrow in game we'll have heard from Emo and have our marriage officially happen. Right. And we'll go to number 3. This is the route I always did for when I was just grinding out job points for my playthrough, which reminds me, we have maxed out everything, haven't we? That we care about? Well, we haven't quit. Oh no, we have not level maxed these out. So yeah, we will keep the dexterity ring on.
Here I go.
Do. Kicking butt, taking names.
That was a good workout.
We gotta grind for or farm for ingredients anyways for some of our weapon upgrades, and this is a good place for some of them. With the crimson iron and stuff like that we needed. So there we go. There's some crimson iron. Do. Yeah, but we're still so powerful. We're gonna just like kill all these guys real easily. I got to like level 82 or something like that when I was playing through here, just doing my grinding before I even did the final, like, the Arya fight. Let alone the final boss fight. Like, I was way over leveled and powered for that, so it's like, but I still struggled with the fear and the orbital cradle. Because those guys are freaking tough. Ooh, good. He didn't stun me. I was afraid he was going to stun me when I saw that beam. Yeah, we're not going to fight you. Oh, yeah, we probably could, but I don't want to. Do I have anything? There we go. I'll just do some upper leaf for stamina regeneration. Oh, I didn't bring apple juice, did I? I did not. Oh well. Something for next time.
I'm highly capable, you know.
Yeah, every time I hear someone type that out like I gotta pee or whatever, I think of Persona 4 and especially the Hi I'm Daisy parody of it. You know, I have to pee. I have to pee. Making fun of the early parts of Persona 4. It's always fun to see how people parody different things, or how different people parody the same thing, rather. Ooh, we got more Crimson Iron. That's good. I think that's one of the ingredients we needed for some of our characters' weapons.
Now this one, I think we can handle.
Well, we can maybe handle it, but we're not going to bother with it.
Here I go.
What we're going to do is... Kicking butt, taking names, just doing some grinding. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why it's like, are we done with this game yet? Because all we really have left is grinding, finish up the last few things. We'll get married today. There's a couple character quests we could theoretically do on another episode later on, but nobody cares about Dianthus or the unicorn. We'll eat that. Oh, you got Pop-Tarts. Okay. Yeah, you missed me making fun of you a little bit. Like you're like, I gotta pee. It's like, man, I always think of like the opening section of Persona 4 and some of the parodies of it, because you've always got that whole, Yosuke who's like, I have to pee, I have to pee, I have to pee. And it's like, the Hi I'm Daisy comics really parody it really well, and then you got also the Strain 42 ones, and it's just kind of like fun of how different people will parody the same thing. But yeah, today we're just basically just grinding in game. This is one of the reasons why it's like, let's just finish this dang game and get it over with. There's not a whole lot left of this game left for us to do. Wow, you just attacked nothing in the middle of air, wherever. Dude, but okay. Way to try and stun nothing? Okay, let's get some actual food. Mapo tofu.
I owe you one.
And that'll be all the healing we need for the rest of this thing. You got a purple water drip bottle? Is the water purple or just the bottle?
Let's get this over with.
Because, purple water is awesome. It's purple flavored. To be fair, though, purple is probably one of my two favorite colors. Or it's in my big three. Purple, black, and silver are my big three.
Here I go.
Doo-doo. Labrador. Die. Retrieve this. Yep, this is so exciting, I know. I mean, I could theoretically just finish this stream now and, aside from the fact that we'd be stopping early, I don't think anyone would care to see that be the end of this game
Let's get this over with.
for us. It's once you beat the post game, this is not a game that has a good post game. Like Rune Factory 5, you got that really, really good dungeon afterwards, and you drink a lot of flavored water, so it is purple water. Not the bottle itself isn't water, purple. The water's purple. Good to know, it's purple flavored. And boom, we just finished that run of that whole thing. That whole third section, I ran that so many times when I was grinding up the job points for my various character class guides. And you can see why. I just got a whole bunch of points here for my classes. So, we'll get shit in 3. And then once we get 3,000, we can get the Retsurai Isen. Oh, that one could stand to be leveled up a little bit with break damage. Warglend. Excellent. Song of the Moon 2 or normal tech 2. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into getting some of those little the water flavor spritzy things, like the little things you can put into a bottle of water to make it into, tea or like a lemonade or something like that. Those little flavor add-ons, just because I'm gonna be having a case of water sitting on my passenger seat kind of thing when I'm driving. You think Waku Waku Sweets is an LGBTQ baking game? Are we baking queer people, or are the queer people doing the baking? Oh, so what you're telling me is the water is not purple flavored. That's what you're telling me.
Let's get this over.
I love that attack. That is such a good attack. Even in the final dungeon, if you got your gear maintaining, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill basically everything in this whole section. If it's close enough that it's not despawning, it's gonna die. Do. Yeah, the bottle. Yeah, well, I mean, having a purple bottle is fine, but yeah, having purple flavor for the water is even better.
Here I go.
All right, let's chop down some people.
Let's get
There we
this
go.
over with.
Bam. Hopefully, we'll be level 70 at the end of this day. It'd be annoying if we just did all this grinding for basically nothing. But what makes you think that there's anything LGBTQ about Waku Waku Sweets? I mean, I'm looking at the picture of it, and it's like looks like all the characters are, schoolgirls, which is not unusual.
I'm highly capable, you know.
Unless you're saying there's one that you think is like trans or something, like the one with the pink hair might be something, I don't know. Let's get out of your way. All right. Ooh, that took out like half your life bar. Even though you're like it's supposed to be a tanky thing. I love this class. This is such an overpowered class. Hey, I'm not saying being judgmental on it. I'm just like, well, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because again, I've never played the game. I've only got it picked up on the thing over here right now. I mean, the sale ends, March 21st, so maybe I'll give it a look and pick it up for only $2. I love when you have those like 95% off sales. Don't get me wrong, those are awesome sales,
Not this one. I think we
especially if
can
the
handle
game's worth it. Oh, there's a character that looks masculine, and you thought that they were like a tomboy or something like that, or a butch,
Let's get
and
this
then you
over
realize no, that they're just a kind of
Piece of cake. I'm highly
typical
capable.
anime feminine looking guy. Yeah, but the nerds ones are also sugar bait laced. Like those would be not what I would want. Um, Specifically, I would get like the ones that have no calories, no sugar, no nothing added, but they add the flavor in. Most of which is like it turns it into lemonade or tea or something like that. But Beast Claw, that'll earn a little bit more than 20 Rilla, hopefully. Yeah, the Japanese. I don't know if this is a Japanese made game. It looks very Japanese. Um, but their views on anything LGBT in general is kind of all over the place and weird and problematic. I mean, don't get me wrong, American views on them are also problematic, but Japan is. And we didn't even gain a level. I mean, we got most of the level, but like, look into the history behind the whole debate about whether or not Samus Aran is transgender, and you realize that it's like that is screwed up. What started the whole thing? It was basically a that kind of start because there was a like an art book or something similar that was being put together. First, I think it was Super Metroid, and there were people interviewing all the various members of the Metroid team behind it, and a common question was like, "What is Samus Aran's secret that only you know?" And most of them were like these weird comments, but there was one who basically just said, that she was a new half, which is, yeah, that was a very, that would be, I'm not even going to repeat what it would be, the word that it would, like our equivalent would be, but it's absolutely a transgender slur over there. Monocaros' whereabouts. Monocaros must be out of his mind. Ah, but we have not yet confirmed that he is the culprit, have we? Still, the evidence I have gathered is irrefutable. It is likely he is using the divine Seas-like cave as his base of operations. We must find him before he senses we are onto him, and changes his modus operandi. Tally-ho, Haruhi, to the cave! Yours truly, Unicorn. Emo, I'm at the Shatola Bar. I received your letter. I'll be at the Shatola Bar in the evening, so please come by and pay me a visit. I'll be waiting for you. Yeah, we are gonna marry her. We've decided we're gonna marry her for this playthrough and just be like, that's it, we're done. There we go. All our Moonfruit ready to harvest. One singular harvest. I like to line them up together.
Hi.
I think Moonfruit, if I remember right, is odd that it's like a 3-day cycle instead of a 2-day cycle like the others. You can make the controls stronger in what, Waka Waka? Like, what do you mean by you can make the controls stronger? Like, the control sensitivity that you can be like, oh, I'm holding down the button and it's spamming it like a turbo? What do you mean by you can make the control stronger? Alright. Oh, let's see. Do I have apple juice? Thought I made some. Yes, I have lots of apple juice. And sort. Boom. Alright. Let me do this. Since we're just gonna grind, let's just make, like, foods that we don't care about for the healing as much. Because, let's be honest, we don't need as much of healing. So like these. Gold tier. Make a couple of those. Huh, okay, I'm looking at it. It's a, I don't know if it looks like it's a rhythm game or what. Yeah, I think I've seen stuff about this game before. The Waka Waka Sweets. Well, I'll give it a try. Again, we'll see later on, I gotta get my first paycheck first. But what do you mean by you can make the controls stronger? Like, the sensitivity, the pressure? It makes it more accurate? Okay. We're just gonna grind a little bit more for this day until we go, see Emo. Add her into our household. And then I guess tomorrow in game we'll do frickin' Unicorns character quest. Maybe some side quests as well, but really just want to get the levels up so we can do better in Paranoid if we ever do come back to this game. But yeah, after 4 months exact of playing this game, I'm burnt out and ready to move on. Yeah, oh yeah, set playtime, so it's like, yeah, they can only play for about an hour or something like that. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that.
That was a good workout.
Yeah, it does look like it's a game that would really be kind of aimed at kids in general. I mean, doesn't mean only kids play it. I mean, My Little Pony is aimed at kids, specifically little girls, but you have grown adult men who enjoy My Little Pony. So, total mismatch of their target audience.
That was a good workout.
Ooh, we got some polluted earth. We can process that. Anyway, yeah, it's a cooking game, but saying that it's a cooking game isn't full details because there's different kinds of cooking games. I mean, Cooking Mama is a cooking game, but it's also aimed kind of at a younger audience, as opposed to what's it called? Senran Kagura Bon Appetit, which is kind of a cooking game, but more of a rhythm game, and that's targeted at primarily a male audience, a young adult male audience.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, the sensitivity. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of games. I mean, not all games, unfortunately, but yeah, it's always good to have games that let you modify the sensitivity and all that, especially when they are time based like that, like a cooking or a rhythm game.
Here I go.
I wish you could do it in this game for some of the rare few platforming puzzles that this stupid game has, because it's like jumping over those lasers. And, of course, I've got like a little bit of delay here with stuff. It's not a huge one. It's probably a bigger delay for you, but it's probably like a millisecond or something like that for me for what's showing up on my screen versus whatnot, because it's going through so many layers from like
I think we can handle.
the switch into the docking port into the capture card into the computer, and
Here I go.
so that's not entirely on the game. But yeah, it'd be nice if I could have affected
Workout.
the jumping sensitivity or something like that for this. And yeah, you got FPSs that are like, oh yeah, I know you got to be able to adjust your sensitivity with that and blah blah blah. Eat some mutton stir fry just to restore some stamina. I might give a look at it and play it, but I won't be playing it on the channel. Again, the channel is very specifically designed to a specific genre. Otherwise, I'd be, all over the place, because I've got, I love, things as varied from Breath of the Wild to Metroid to Skyrim to the Tales series to you name it, blah blah blah.
Thank you.
I have very wildly differing interests in what I want to play, and sometimes, yeah, I like Animal Crossing. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's like, okay, I might play a little bit, here and there just to try and finish up the last couple things I don't have. Like, there's a couple fish that I didn't have for February, and none of them disappeared, so I can get them in March. It's actually easier to do it in March. Do. So yeah, it's not a game I'll play on the channel, but I might pick it up and play it. Just like I like playing Ace Attorney, but I'm not gonna play Ace Attorney on the channel. That one's no fun. That's one you got. It's more fun to play it yourself and have the puzzle figuring out and all that. Because repeat playthroughs, nothing changes. It's the story's the same, the puzzles are the same. It's not a skill-based game. It's so it's kind of interesting that Tuesday you're going to be babysitting and getting your Animal Crossing, and I'm going to be on a bus going to my new / old job. Going back to my old company that I was on before I came off the truck. I was actually on the truck when we started this channel, although I wasn't as reliable back then as I've become. Definitely going to make sure I stay as reliable as I can. Just won't be, always streaming, unfortunately. But I'll still put the videos up every week. Oh, dang it. We didn't get the cutoff. I was hoping it would be that one, not the fear. Ooh, premium meat. That's always good to have. So here's the question. Are you enjoying this so much that you'll be still playing it on Tuesday, or are you going to be like, nope, screw it, Animal Crossing. Gotta play Animal Crossing. Yes, I already have upgrades. So all 3 classes. Very nice. Ooh, we got the 3,000. Perfect. How far are these? 2,000? 2,500. Yeah. That's normal attack. And boom. There you go. Quick drink. You've gone quiet. I think you're enjoying in a deep like rhythm section of it. Ah, that was much needed. So the feature that you're talking about is just the altering the sensitivity of the controls. I mean, I guess that's not as typical on the Switch as it is on some of the other stuff. Common feature in games. What do you mean, you poor soul? What, that I won't be streaming as often? Or that I'm going to be on a bus for like 6, 7 hours going to California? I actually enjoyed truck driving, believe it or not. I came off the truck, started working in a real estate business, not as an agent, but like helping them with implementation and tech support and all that. And there were absolutely times that I'm like, I think I'd probably be better off just going back to the truck. Um, because the people that I was working with they'd been in the industry for like 26 years. And so they were really resistant to change. But one of my jobs was to get them to change what they were doing to adapt to the system that they were paying a lot of money for, the license for, and all of that stuff. And they were slow to make changes, and it just felt like I was hitting a brick wall all the time. So it's like I felt more productive just driving trucks. And driving trucks is absolutely fun. I mean, I enjoy get to see the country. I get to pop on an audiobook or some good music or something as I'm driving. So on. So there's nothing to say, oh, you poor soul about trucking. I enjoyed it. I just won't be able to be home every weekend because I'll be and to stream. Anyways, got my drink there that I needed. For playing with your mom, I'm gonna recommend you do probably a week each on your own individual islands before you start crossing over, unless it's like, oh hey, I'm gonna get the you both have different fruits, and it's like, okay, jump over real quick to get the other's fruit to plant it to a tree. I mean, honestly, you could probably hook up on with mine even and get a bunch of recipes that you two could share as well. I've got so many recipes that it's like I have friends that we used to all play together and share recipes with each other and all that. None of us really play the game anymore, and they usually were giving their recipes to me, and so it's like I've got like entire rooms. Eh, I'm not too worried about it. You know, it may not be like a packed full bus. It's gonna be a Greyhound, not like a your typical city bus either, so there'll be a little bit more comfy chair seats, and I'll probably be able to get one by myself, not next to someone,
Let's get this over with.
and just be able to pop in some earbuds and play, I don't know, Ryza 2 or Persona 5 or something on my Switch, or something on my 3DS, whichever, for the whole 6-7 hour trip. We'll probably stop somewhere along the way for food, but I'll bring snacks with me, and so it's not like, oh no, everything's terrible. And I've ridden on a bus before. I've done it before, and it's absolutely worth it for the job that I'm going towards. I mean, charge up. There's the one I was thinking of with the flash across the screen.
That wasn't too bad, huh?
Ooh, hey, it is almost 7 o'clock. Let's teleport home, and then we can go run down and go pick up Emo. Do 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 do. Oop, that wasn't what I meant to do, but whatever. But yeah, like the Greyhound buses are a little bit better kept than like your typical city transit buses or like school buses. Not a lot better, but a little better.
See you
So it probably won't stink that
later.
bad, or yeah, if you do get online and all that, then yeah, definitely let me know, and I might share a friend code or whatever, and give you a bunch of stuff. We'll see. Like I said, I've got an entire room in my house in there that's just the entire floor is covered with nothing but um, like DIY recipes for different things in the game, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, I have. I mean, I guess I could sell them, but oh, there's email coming up to perform or talk to me. Oh, shoot! I need to have the promise ring with me. I thought it would be good. Oops. Let's go grab that out of my storage. But yeah, there's not like I don't have like the full on Switch Online like the bonuses where they get you the like the you like I have the access to the Nintendo and Super Nintendo stuff, but I don't have like the one that you pay extra for that gets you like the N64 and Genesis and all that. Uh, I don't know how to answer that. Um, honestly, I'm not a baker, so I don't know what to tell you that chiffon cake is versus something else.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
Now we gotta go back to frickin' emo because I didn't have the ring on me and it doesn't take it. It's the one example where it doesn't say, "Hey, you got it in your storage," and that's good enough. Oh no, I guess this game is actually one where no, you have to have it physically on you a lot. Never mind. All right. You're here, Harvey. The bartender told me you'd be coming. That happens later. That'll happen later. Let's go to the beach. We should be alone if you have something so important to say. The breeze feels so nice. So, your letter said you had something important to talk about? Something bothering you? I want to help in any way I can. I want you to be my life partner. At least until the next game completely eliminates this, if there's ever a sequel. You give Emo a promise ring. Your life partner? Me? Um, I'm so happy. It's really difficult to put how I feel into words, but I feel the same way. I want to become your Esla, Haruhi. Okay, that's cool. That's a new term. It's nice to finally have someone who's just like, oh yeah, no, straight up, I agree. Let's do this thing. So many of them are, oh, this is what I think is going to happen. Oh wait, no, it's not that. What do you mean? Oh, you want me to be my life partner? What? Is Esla a siren word? I never taught you this word. And Esla is someone special. They accompany you in a song. If one does not understand their hopes and wishes just as strongly, then they cannot sing their Esla song. I think this is the same as the partner you described. Yeah, you're special to me. You're absolutely not emo either. You're special to me too. They named the wrong character emo. I was scared at first. I literally asked you less than a minute ago. The first time I met a human on land, we didn't understand one another at all. Yeah, I remember that. That's like you were whole talking about you don't think humans and sirens and blah blah blah. And then there was the whole frickin' landlord thing. I mean the sirens, are able to communicate our thoughts and feelings using the bala. I was so scared. You were alone in the beginning, but now you can be alone for the rest of your life. That is true, but not now. I'm not scared anymore. The people of Château and I have come to understand each other. There was Lorelei, and then the vigil. The bola may be gone, but I still have song. So I'm doing okay. You taught me how to be okay, Haruhi. I owe you so much. This feeling of gratitude makes my heart feel so warm. I had been thinking to myself about how nice it would be to become your Esla. So for you to come out and say it, I couldn't be happier. I want to sing these feelings for you. Well, you do that. A song for only you to hear. Out here in public on the beach. Please listen. And while she sings, I just had a thought. The name of Waka Waka Sweets makes me think of Pac-Man. Just Waka Waka Waka. Listening to Emo's song, you pass the time peacefully together. Now we bring her home, and that's it. That's the entire relationship. We'll have like one unique dialogue if I talk to her today, and then she'll have a couple special ones that she alternates between throughout the rest of the times that we're home. I still can't believe I'm going to be living here with you, Haruhi. Another new place to call home. Away from the beach. Every day is going to be so much fun, starting from tomorrow. Yes, from tomorrow. Not tonight. We're going to bed tonight. Hooray, we leveled up. And got +2s to everything. There are no shipments today. Yeah, we didn't ship the dang thing. Winter's not the best money-making season. The end of infancy. Check the letter from Dianthus. Let's see, is she in here somewhere? There she is. Yeah, she's sitting on the bed.
Good
Ooh, that's the first time I've seen someone other than Arya sitting on the bed. Would you mind joining me for singing practice later? I'm thinking about adding to the types of songs I sing at the tavern. But I'm a little scared to sing them out the blue, so I'd like you to hear them first. Yep, that's the entirety of marriage. It's not a side quest. That's just her talking.
Take care.
Dianthus has what I can do. Emily tells me she has completed her poem. I sense we are running out of time. I have conducted research of my own to see if there is still some way to save her, but I have had no results. There is no more time to spend on this, so I have decided to meet with her. Harvey, please meet me on the airship, and we will go to see her together. Dianthus. Okay with that. And
Looks like some crops are ready for harvest.
get some oranges and some apples growing in the middle of winter. You need to do what again, yeah? And Aina? Or I think that's supposed to be Anya? I'm guessing? I don't know. Do 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 do. Let's see. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Are those. So what is it you said you need to do again? Just play the game again, or play Pac-Man, or what? Because of my Waka 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 reference. Oh, I need to feed them. I forgot to do that for both of them. Did oh, was weird. My game just kind of froze and jumped. I don't know if it was the game itself or the display carryover or what. Weird either way. Sell those. Pop all of these into storage. Alright, let's go check out Unicorn and Dianthus and
Take it easy.
I don't know, go grind or something. Some more. Getting through as many character quests as we can. We might actually finish those two up today. Just because, it's like, okay, I do the two and then I'm done for doing that and we just get to do other stuff that day. And it's not like sitting through all the story segments, so it takes an entire day, like 2 hours of playtime to do an entire day. I don't remember where the heck Monocaros is in here. Let's see. See in this first section? He is in this first section. And I don't think we even have to fight much of anything, if anything at all, to get to him. Do-do-do-do-do. Cool berries, little mushrooms. Oh, yep, there's a little bit of combat we can bypass by going this way. Aina says Waku Waku. I'm guessing that's the name of one of the characters in the game. You came, Haruhi. According to my findings, Monocaros has been coming and going from this divine Seaslight cave. The audacity to hide in a location under the Order's control. Is he trying to provoke a reaction? That being said, the Order may not think to look here either. How petulant of him. But I will not be deceived. We will flush that Monocaros out from his web of lies. Oh, so you didn't find him yet. So far, I've only discerned that this is his base of operations. The game is afoot, Haruhi. We will search every nook and cranny of this cave until we find him. And there he is. See? And there he is. No need for that. Hmm? Aha! So now you choose to show yourself, do you? Finally ready to surrender? We should probably let him speak first. We don't know if he's in the wrong. Yes, I am aware of that. But what other one-horned equine creature do you know that would claim to be an envoy of the king? You're right, though. I'm the one who's been spreading word of a royal purge around the capital. And I'm not jealous, or not sorry. See? It is just as I said. So this is all you're doing. What in blue blazes are you hoping to achieve? Actually, he's green and black, and there's nothing blue about him. What gets me is how you can keep up that attitude after all that we learned. Come on, Unicorn. What went through your head and abandoned? When we learned that it wasn't just our memories, but our whole existence that was built on lies. Come now. I, for one, ain't about to sit back and accept it. And that's why there's going to be a purge. How will a purge solve any of this? So this is how I see it. If the existence of the princess and the royal family isn't real, then we'll just make it real. Preposterous! How would you... The truth is they're just idols, right? Figureheads. I'm gonna make people believe they're real. Just like you and I believe those memories implanted in our heads. Even lies can become true if enough people believe them, don't you think? This is absurd. You cannot make real something that never was. Do you really believe that? There's no doubt among the humans about the existence of a royal family. And not a single human has seen them for themselves. Well, you see... And with a purge, the people will come to fear the royals. They will remember them and live in awe of their indomitable shadow. They might even revere them. Then, with the princess's existence reaffirmed in their minds, we will finally reign over the common people. Monokeros, is what you're saying true? You must understand that your purge will be impossible to do alone, no matter how hard you try. Will it be, though? And what the heck are you planning to do? I will use the power I have received to purge the city, that's all. What power? You missed out. There was a ton of seriously interesting information in Lost Gaia about weapons they use that would make purging a city child's play. You scoundrel! That is why you left to be alone? Yeah, your plan frickin' ends here. I expected something like that from you. Surely you understand, right, Unicorn? We were born from their imagination. But we can only substantiate our existence in them by instilling fear in that same imagination. After all, we are just creatures kept as pets within their fantasy. By committing a purge, the princess will become a symbol of fear, and our existence will finally be validated. Monokeros, you blather nonsense. Doing this will not bring you any sense of peace. Do you believe this is something the princess would want? What's that got to do with anything? The princess in my memory always wished for nothing but happiness for the common folk. Surely you understand that much if our memories are the same. But she isn't real, or did you forget that she was a figment of the Omen's creation? No, I have not forgotten. But just because she is not real does not mean I pretend to empathize with her that I pretend to empathize with her words and ideals. That is just poorly worded. My empathy is real. My memories may be false, but the princess's values and attitude were nothing short of beautiful and noble. That much is undisputable fact. Monocaros, remember your pride as a knight, because now you trample on your princess's desires. There is no value in false hope. What a shame, and here I thought you, out of everyone, would understand, Unicorn. So you are too rooted in your own delusions to listen? We'll have to fight if he refuses to listen. I will not allow this royal purge. I will protect my princess's wishes. Haruhi, may I ask that you leave this battle to me? Yeah, sure, I understand. I'll be over here, playing video games. You have my gratitude. Come at me, Unicorn. As knight to Princess Liddell, I will put an end to your mindless delusions. And if you're gonna stand in my way, then you'll be the first to join the purge. I love that they chose the name Liddell for the princess. That is the name of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Her last name was Liddell, or at least a lot of people believe that to be the case. So, there it is. Reference. So, that's it. How could we be so different? The pride of a knight would never lose to a lost soul such as yours. A fabrication's pride. What the hell is that even worth? I don't understand. What else should I have done? As you disappear into nothingness. Even I cannot answer that. But listen well, Monocaros. I believe there are things in this world worth protecting. Haruhi, do you think this is the only path he and I have available to us? Is this all that awaits fabrications like us? Oh yeah, totally. Apparently, since I don't have a chance to answer. Why did the omens make such miserable creations? Yeah, we'll find an answer together. You may be right. I do not accept such a wretched conclusion. I will find another path, and I will survive. In Monocaros' memory. It is the least I can do. I think I'm going to cut the stream a little early today. We'll do it about half an hour from now. Just because we're really running out of things to do. And otherwise, it's just going to be me like, I'm going to go grind for this, I'm going to go farm for this, etc. Because it's like, yeah, okay, we're about done with all the character quests. I could do a couple side quests left, I guess, here and there, but tomorrow will be a normal full-length episode, stream. But for this, it's just like, yeah, we're running out of stuff to do with this game. Absolutely running out of stuff to do with this game. Do. All right, switch up here. Let's go do Dantis. And you've gone quiet, so you must really be enjoying your game. That or you've lost internet again because your grandma picked up the phone. Hurry, you came at the right time. I received word from Emily that she has finished her poem. You're looking up passwords? Oh, you're just trying to unlock extra stuff already? Hurry, will you come with me? Very good. Then let's go. Yeah, for outfits and stuff like that, yeah. You're playing Fashion Quest in the cooking game, got it.
Dianthus, Harvey, thank you for coming. Emily, you... Is everything okay? There isn't much time left. Yeah, it's Fashion Quest. Outfits, yeah, absolutely. Believe me, in games that let you have that, that's absolutely a thing I do. I'm like, ooh, it's Fashion Quest. We gotta go get these and that, this, that, and the other. That's right. The doctor was amazed I made it this far. Then that means you're a ghost. It must be difficult just for you to meet us outdoors like this. I'm okay. And that's not really true, but I wanted to. Emily. Dianthus? This'll probably be the last time we get to meet. Yeah, like we said last time, she dies, but we don't see it on screen. Yep, she dead. I see. But I finished my poem. Please, take it. Of course, without question. Thank you for everything, Dianthus. I will share your creation with the world, just as I promised. Be happy, Emily. I will honor your wish. Oh yeah, it's off screen. It's between this level, this and the next one happens. It's like she just walks off screen at the end of this session and just falls over dead. Is something wrong? Would you like me to do more? No, not at all. To have my first full creation handled like this, I couldn't be happier. But I'm going to tell you not to do it anyways. But actually, could you not share it? See? Hmm. Are you scared of people reading it? I understand it is not uncommon for writers to fear criticism once they release a piece of work. Is that why you do not want me to share it? Before, I wouldn't have thought twice about sharing my poetry. But now, I don't really want to. May I ask why? Because I want it to remain between you and me. I want it to be ours. I love you, Dianthus. In the whole 3 times that I've talked to you, I've made my, last few moments of life all about you. I'm sorry, that must sound very strange. Very stalkerish. It does. You have been writing poetry until now with the express purpose of leaving your mark. So for you to decide now that you want to keep it between us is highly illogical. I know that, but still. I would like for people all around the world to read my poetry. But more than that, I want you to read this and keep it for yourself. Not even Harvey can read it. Just me. To do with as you like. Or I think we should honor her wish. Is that really enough? In that case, this is what I will do. Dianthus, I will not share your poem. Until the time that my prime directive has been met and my motor functions stop for good, I will preserve this poem in my memory banks. Dianthus, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll need to head back soon. I've got to die off screen. I guess this is goodbye. Emily. Yes, Dianthus? I don't know what I should say in such a situation. However, the time we were able to spend together has become an intangible fortune. I don't know how to put this into words. What should I say at a time like this, Haruhi? We say our farewells. Later, sucker. You're right. Emily, goodbye. Of course. Goodbye, my gentle friend. And she dead.
never to be heard from again. Hmm. Partings are always sad. That's a lie. Yes, this must be sadness. Excuse me, Harvey. Can I ask you a question? Your human lives are filled with meetings and farewells, right? Even so, how are you able to weather such highs and lows without letting it show? Because you hold them in your heart, memory. You hold them in your kidney, in your heart, like a memory. Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, sure. The automata in Phantasmagoria said something similar. No one can surpass memory. To us beings of high artificial intelligence, the heart seemed a dominant obstacle of human existence. But actually, it is because you have a heart that humans are able to leave their mark on the future. It gives them the ability to dream of a brighter tomorrow. That is the mechanism behind the human heart. Yep, I think you have a heart too. Perhaps I do. Harvey, it is like you said before. There exists a noise within me that glows like a light. I thought that perhaps my logic receptors had malfunctioned, but I think I've come to understand. The heart is difficult to understand, even for those who own one. It is also often unpredictable, and that is why it is able to produce what the brain cannot. That is my conclusion. And so, I think I will accept the noise, becoming closer to you and all its noisy circuitry. It's a whisper in her ghost. And if you get that reference, 10 points. Alright, let's get the heck off of this. It's 11 a.m. And yeah. We got one more level with her, and I think 2 more levels with Unicorn. Let's see. Yeah, 1 more with her and 2 more with Unicorn, and then everyone's complete. We might finish today. No, we probably won't finish either of them today. Again, I'm probably going to cut it out here in about 15-20 minutes at the end of this in-game day. Let's just call it that way. Because we've just about killed everything we can do in this game. But tomorrow will be a normal full-length episode, full 4 hours or so. I just gotta go into town earlier in the day anyways, because I gotta go grocery shopping for a couple things, for food for the next couple days. I also want to kind of get some work done before it gets dark out here. We've got stuff that we're trying to condense down because we're trying to move things around the house and all my stuff. Oh, you've got all the passwords. You just bought the game and you're already unlocked all the secret clothes. And now you're gonna make your character look like Bulma from Dragon Ball based on this screenshot that I'm seeing over here on the Nintendo Store page. Yeah, the blue hair and the ponytail and the all that. Maybe that won't be your exact character, but Do, 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 do. Yeah, it's normally this game is $40, so it's on an extreme discount right now. It's 95% off. I love when you have games like that are just that massive a discount.
That was a good workout.
And that is one of the advantages of like the eShop sometimes is you get those just massive sales. Same with like Steam and all that. Like, people, complain about things like, back in the day you used to be able to just buy your game and play it. You didn't have to have an interim
Here I
thing
go.
like Steam or the Epic Store or Origin or whatever to play, you have to go through to play your game and blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but you can buy your games through those and you can get them at really cheap discounts sometimes.
Something like this.
And this is a perfect example of that, the 95% off. I probably wouldn't buy this game for the full price, $40, absolutely not. But for $2, maybe. Do-do-do-do-do. Jump. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Kicking butt, taking names.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, and this is why it's just like, you know what, let's just end this stream early. I've spent so much time on this stream just, okay, let's go grind some guys and whatever. It's not like we're advancing the story or anything, but it's like, yeah, it's at that point where you just gotta grind and grind and grind, and that's not fun to watch. I mean, you're playing video games instead of watching.
Here I go.
That's all I need to know to prove my point. Bam! Ooh, I love that. That is such a fun ability. Never gets any higher levels, unfortunately, but it doesn't need it. Let's eat the cool berries. Not so much for the healing, but for the stamina regen. Do. We're just gonna run on past you. Excuse me, don't slash at me. Yep, see ya. And bam.
That was a good workout.
That was a good workout. Ooh, good. We got plenty of Crimson Iron now. That's good, because we had a few characters that we needed Crimson Iron for. To level up their weapons. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be at Portia, and then I'll probably be gone. It'll probably be about 3 weeks till our next stream. Definitely, again,
Capable, you know.
follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, etc., etc. To keep up on when it's going to be for sure, because I don't even know right now. It's very possible that they'll do the driving test and go, oh, you're a little rusty, so we'd like to have you go out with a trainer for, a week or something like that, 60 hours or something like that
Let's get this over.
before you get on your own truck, and then be like, okay, well, now I got to go do this, and I might not be able to get my home time within the first, 2 weeks or whatever. But chances are it'll be about 3 weeks out from now, because, I've got to go spend all, like, the rest of next week out there doing, the orientation and all that, and then 2 weeks on the road before I can get my first home time, and so on. And when we come back, we'll do Saturday Portia and Sunday Rune Factory 5 then. That'll be fun. I love me some Rune Factory. We won't have Rune Factory 3 by then. It should be coming out shortly. It's later this month in Japan. So we'll hopefully get it here in the West later this year. That's the plans that they've discussed, but we haven't gotten an official date yet. And that's a fun one. It's a different one. Like the first 3 you had to play as male, at least at first. First 2 it was male all the way through, and then the third one, which is the one we're getting the remake of, you end up playing your kid, like a second generation kind of thing. And that's when you can have a female character. So you like start as a guy, but then you have a spouse and you have a daughter, and you can start playing your daughter in the future. I'm interested to see what improvements they'll have made to it, because the early DS ones, especially the very first game, are a lot rougher than Rune Factory 4. It came from a kind of like how like this is Square Enix is a JRPG company, and this is their first foray into farming sims. Uh, the Rune Factory series got its start out of the what was called Harvest Moon at the time, which is a farming life sim game, and it added in the RPG elements, and so it's just kind of like it's a little rough.
Capable, you know.
Still fun, and it's still absolutely like if you're big on lore, I would recommend it. But other than that, yeah, it's like one of those ones like yeah, maybe not. All right. We got a few more things we can pick up. All right, let's see. Oh, we absolutely have to get this one. Make that better. That better. Get that one. Return home. Go check out our waifu and see like if she's still just sitting on the bed. Well, she has gotten up and moved around and doing her own thing. Is she on the property? Not that I can frickin' see. So yeah, she's not even at the house. Like she's off doing her thing in Shatola. She's not helping out on the farm or anything like that. It's like, yeah, you get to talk to her that briefly in the morning, and then you go about your day, and she goes about her day, and no one cares. So, do 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 do. Make a couple more of those return bells just in case we ever do come back to this game. And go to bed. Let's see what Emo has to say for us tomorrow. We'll take care of the farm stuff. And then we will call it a day on the stream, I think, after that.
Good morning.
Oh, she's sitting here, so it's going to be the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, the singing practice, blah, blah, blah. So I guess let's go take care of her.
Care.
Oh, there's stuff out here? Yeah, I was right. It's a 3-day thing. For some reason, the moon fruit is like one of the really, really odd one. Like other trees that are like one thing, like the grapes are every day. You get the trees that are 2x2s that are every other day. And then you got these like, these are like the rare one, at least odd ones that are just like, they take up one square, but they grow every 3 days. But they also grow all seasons, so, it's like, okay, whatever. It's not a really good selling thing anyways, I don't think, if I remember my prices. And
Good morning.
yeah, we can't even take care of our animals. They're freaking inside. Wow, that was a short taking care of our farm stuff. So that is it. We're going to cut it short today. Just because this game is done. We are absolutely done. And we kind of knew that last time. But it was like, okay, let's at least get the marriage done. Well, marry someone. Get it out of the way, etc., etc. So I will be back tomorrow with Portia. We're nearing the end of our first spring there. And we still haven't even gotten the bridge made. We've made parts of it for like selling for commissions and all that, but should you get more recipes? Well, I mean, it's a cooking game, so yeah, you should definitely get more recipes. That's always the thing. Is always like get more recipes, more cooking ingredients, more whatever. It's the same thing with like with Portia. It's like I'm always constantly getting all the stuff that I can get for everything, and unlocking the recipes at the research center and all that. It's the same with the Atelier games. Always work on getting as many recipes unlocked as you can and crafting as much as you can and blah blah blah. So yeah, if you're any kind of game like that where it's like you do go out of your way to unlock stuff to give you more stuff, absolutely. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be back with Portia. For now, though, we're gonna call it a day on this. This game, we're done. We've killed this game. There's not enough of a post game for this for either of us. I think to be like keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. So we'll do Portia next time, and then in 3 weeks we'll switch it to a Portia Saturdays and Rune Factory Sundays. Or we might just switch it to keep Portia on Saturdays and switch it to Rune Factory Sundays, or Rune Factory on Saturdays and keep Portia on Sundays. But the plan is, like I said, about 3 weeks from now, probably be my first home time, and then the plan is to every other weekend there for the most part. I mean, there'll be times it's like, oh, I've got an appointment this week, so I gotta let's keep me out a little bit longer or something like that. But and as always, follow me on Twitter. Let me know what you want to see more of, etc., and I will catch you tomorrow. So let's call it an end on this. I'll catch you tomorrow, same time. Oh yeah, Rune Factory is a great game. Which Rune Factory are you getting at Christmas? 4 or 5? Or 3? Because 3 special should hopefully be out by then in the West. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you're getting 5? Yeah, absolutely. It's a great game. I think you'll love it. There's people who'll debate whether 4 or 5 is the better game, and they both sides have their things that are absolutely accurate and good points, and they've also both got points that are just like, yeah, no, that's not really accurate kind of thing. That's more of a personal bias thing, but Anyways, I will catch you tomorrow with Portia. See ya in a little bit.